Okay, everybody, so we're taking the next step in graphing these quadratic equations written in vertex form. Today, we're going to take a look at a problem where your A value, okay, is a fraction. We've only been doing problems so far where A is equal to 1, okay, or A was equal to an integer, which meant it was nice and neat. We're just going to go into, okay, A being a fraction today. And we're going to start off easy. I gave you a nice easy one now, 1/2. Okay, the vertex never changes. Okay, finding our vertex is always the same. Okay, opposite h comma k. So our vertex is going to be the opposite of -3, which is +3, and then k out here, which is 1. Okay, so my vertex is 1, 2, 3 to the right, up 1. So there's my vertex. Now we've gone over a couple things here. Okay, if you remember from previous videos, okay, your A value, which I'll pull to the side here, your A is 1/2. It is a positive 1/2. So we know our parabola is going to go up in some way, shape, or form. Okay, we talked about that. We also talked about the value of A determining, if the graph is nice and skinny or if it's going to get wide, it's going to get kind of, fat, for lack of a better way of saying it. Okay, your standard parabola looks, maybe something like that. Okay, if A is a whole number, that means your graph gets high quicker, okay? Because your A value is making that happen. It's going to make the values bigger quicker. If your A value is a fraction, it's going to make your values get bigger slower. So that's what makes it go a little bit wider, makes it a little more, okay? So we got our vertex, we got our A. The next thing we're going to do is take a look at our parent equation. All right, our parent equation here is going to be y is equal to 1/2 x squared. So our parent equation, y is equal to 1/2 x squared. Okay, now I'm going to show you two different things you can do here. It gets a little bit dicey when you have fractions. 1/2, like I said, is very easy. Okay, what we've been doing with our xy tables is we've been going with 1, 2, and 3, which I'm going to do here. So if it was 1, that would be 1/2 times 1 squared, which would be 1/2 times 1 squared, which is 1. 1/2 of 1 is 0.5. If I went to 2, 1/2 of 2 squared, which would be 1/2 of 2 squared, which is 4. Half of 4 makes 2. There, it worked out nice and neat. And then for 3, it's going to be 1/2 of 3 squared, which is 1/2 of 9. Half of 9 is 4.5. Okay, so I got 1 and 0.5, 2 and 2, 3 and 4.5. So when I go to finish my graph, okay, I'm going to start by going 1 to the right and 0.5 up. So 1 to the right and only halfway up. I don't even go up a full unit. And then I'm going to go 2 right and 2 up again from the vertex. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and then I'm going to go 3 right and 4.5 up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then halfway. Okay, if I even wanted to add another value in there, that'll give us better. If I wanted to add in a 4, it would be 1/2 of 4 squared, which is 1/2 of 4 squared, which is 16. Half of 16 makes 8. So if I add in a 4 and an 8, that's going to give me an even better idea of what's going on with our graph. So from that vertex, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I can add in another point there. So you could see the parabola is going to look something along the lines of that. Obviously, it's going to keep getting wider. Whoops. Keep getting wider out here to the right. So it's going to keep on going out there. Okay. Now you got your axis of symmetry, which we've talked about. Your axis of symmetry is right here. Okay, it's going to divide this parabola into two nice, neat, even sides. So that's going to help me find my second half. So this one is going to be 1 to the right. I have another point mirroring that over here to the left, 1 to the left. Then I got 2 to the right. I'm going to flip that over here. This one is 3 to the right, so this one's I'm going to go 3 to the left. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left. Okay, so the second half of my parabola is going to look something like that. Now, the only thing that you can do to make your life maybe a little bit easier here, if you want to avoid those decimals, when you make your XY chart for your parent equation, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, you can go 2, 4, 6, and 8. All right, because that's gonna guarantee that your numbers are gonna be nice and neat. So that is an option. Okay, you can do that. We already did it for 2. 2, we got 2. 4, we got 8. Okay, we already mapped those. This was 2 right, 2 up. This was 4 right, 8 up. Okay, 6 would be 1/2 of 6 squared, which is 1/2 of 36, which is 18. So that would be 6 right, 18 up. I think we'll be able to fit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So Prowl would actually run through that point right there. And then obviously we can flip it over that line of symmetry. This would be 6 to the right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this way. So it's actually going to run a little tighter in there. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, this one. So it's going to be a little tighter right in there. Okay. All right. So if you wanted to go up by even numbers, that's going to make your life a little bit easier as far as avoiding decimals. But your decimals aren't that bad. For every odd number that you use, you're going to end up with something with a 0.5 in there. Okay. 0.5 isn't really a sloppy decimal to deal with. You just go halfway up a coordinate instead of the whole way up. All right, so that gives you an idea of how to graph a quadratic equation in vertex form when a is a fraction. Okay, the only thing that could change that I might throw at you, if this was say a negative, okay, that 1/2 was a negative. The only difference that this graph would have is it would be going down instead of going up. Everything else would be the same. So you would still get, you get 1 and you get a negative 0.5 here. So instead of going 1 right and 0.5 up, you'd go 1 right and 0.5 down. Okay, so I'm going to go nice and easy on you to start. Probably keep it 1/2 just to kind of give you the idea. Maybe go throw a 1/3 in there to, kind of, slowly ease our way into this. All right, and as always, if you have any questions, make sure you reach out.